Wow, wow, wow. What a great day for the Ice Age, man. Ice Age TV. You know, I get a brand new truck. I always like to try to personalize it a little bit. Not too radical, but I have a lot of fun just putting the stickers. But I think this sticker here really flows so well with this truck. And of course, I'm a Harley guy, and I want to show that off. And I think this is going to look really just appropriate for this truck. And I got my Ice Age TV sticker to promote my channel up on the window. Got the therapy is expensive, wind is cheap. Putting that in the back window just to kind of give my little personal appeal like I did here on my other Bison. But wow, what a great truck. This Bison truck is so nice. I can't emphasize enough. I really lucked out on getting a great deal, great rate, great financing. And I just really love the way this truck is optioned out. And good old Keefy boy wants to play and get inside. But I like the ZR2 personalization right there. I like the stitching, if you can kind of see that. I like the way the seats look. I think they just have done a really good job. I like the kind of carbon fiber look to that. Once again, look at the console. I like how they have the new wireless charging. If I can get this open here, probably. New wireless charging station right underneath the console. The big ass tray to put stuff in. It takes away from your water cups a little bit, but you have there in the back. Once again, the nice Bose stereo. The kid drove this car home, so I haven't really spent a lot of time in this vehicle per se. I like the nice infotainment screen. What's really cool is Chevrolet's keeping the same theme on the interior of this truck as the Colorado. It's bigger because the truck is bigger. A lot of nice safety features on it. Really just a great truck. And I just can't believe how I truly grew up Chevy. But look here, kind of the carbon fiber look. The cup holders, the back area, like most trucks today, it's massive. It really is. LED lighting, I'm glad they finally figured that out. Under the back, not a real lot of storage back there, but good enough for me. Has the heated seats. Good old Keeper boy just loves to play with the ball. Same theme, the stitching. You just kind of pull hard down on that. See the seating. It's not the regular black interior. So if you look at this interior, now keep in mind this is the leather interior. My Colorado Bison is not the leather interior. It's more the cloth. I love the retractable steps. I put those in by myself on my Bison Colorado because I didn't like those rock rail because it's too hard to get in and out. I like the side step into the truck. Just a lot of attention to detail. The AEV bumper, look here. It's a Silverado package. Nice trimmed out fender wells, the blacked out handles. You come over here to get in the truck and has the memory seats for it. And good old Keeper just wants to play. The HUD, the HUD display up top, really cool. ZR2, if you saw that for the second. Let me see if I can get that back. Watch out, Keith. I'll open the truck again so you get that ZR2 theme you see, which is really cool. A sunroof, not the moonroof, the moonroof. It's the diesel Duramax motor, same thing, trimmed out, really neat, carbon fiber. I really like these black handles. There's so many things that after you buy a vehicle, you kind of start to sit back and go, wow, I didn't notice that or this. Same thing here. Has a nice little storage, private storage area on both sides of the seat here. Once again, here you go, the seat. A little bit of storage back there. They give you the front grille thing to cover up your front grille should you need to be in cold, wet weather. As I guess has the heater capability. I like the AEV rubber mats that they brought with it. Your spray-in bed liner, that's really nice. It's the two-step tailgate, which is really cool because you have availability to just hit this one upper button, and what happens is just one part of the gate comes down. If you look right here, so it gives you like a little work area. You're gonna put your stuff up there, or if you want to have the whole tailgate come down, which is really cool, and you want to be the lazy man, and you want to take this and make it into a little step here. This is kind of interesting here. I didn't really kind of notice that before. I guess that could kind of be used to secure something in the back of the bed. But if you hit it one more time, then this goes down, and then this here allows you to push down, and it makes it into a really nice step into the bed of the truck. Lazy man. Then it has here a nice little grab handle, so you can grab that as you get in and out of the truck, which that's a really nice feature. And once again, I'm kind of the newbie guy here learning all this stuff as I just bought this truck and just picked it up today. And the daughter drove it, and it's the Bison Edition, which has the Multimatic suspension on it and has upgraded wheel package, has upgraded front A-arm suspension with the same thing, the Multimatic suspension. You kind of know a little about that. A lot of underneath of it has the shields, the protective shields. So if you want to do real back roading, you don't have to worry about hitting things. But here is the Bison in the Colorado side. And once again, I love my Chevy Colorado Bison package. And if you watch my channel, you'll see that I got this a few months ago, and I just really enjoy this vehicle. And that's what drove me now to the Big Daddy. If you're watching my channel, you'll see I bought this, did a lot of reviews on it, but it has the same theme, but this one has the cloth. You can get a black interior. I prefer the cloth with a lighter color. Same thing, the stitching, and not as big an entertainment center. Everything's a little smaller platform, but the AEV match. And as you can see, when you go to the back seat of this, that's a huge difference because it's a smaller mid-sized truck. And I did the electronic steps. You look right here, I installed those. I have a how-to video, and I didn't like the rock rails. It just truck sits up too high. This has a 37-inch tire wheel package, which is insane. This has the Multimatic suspension. This is definitely more of your back-roading off-road truck in my views. Same type of thing, AEV bumper. We spend a lot of money for these vehicles, but they're factory set up. And I like how the tire on this truck is underneath the truck. I'm glad they didn't do that. I like how this is a 6-foot bed versus most of the short bed crew cab trucks these days, like the Ford Lightning, the Ford Raptor. They're all 5-foot bed trucks. So Chevy did a great job on making this a 6-foot bed. It's just so much more usable. That extra foot, extra 6 inches, wherever it may be, it's a big difference. And what's so cool, I just showed you, and how you bring down this tailgate and you can make that step into an area that kind of secures things in the bed of the truck. I'll do more reviews in this truck as time progresses. I'll get behind the wheel of it and drive it more. Once again, I let my daughter today drive this, and she's absolutely in love with it. See the carbon fiber look? Really cool. Kiefer won't give up. And just to look up underneath the hood here, we'll just give you another view, because I'm sure people that aren't buying cars like I buy are intrigued. And what really looks cool is you're going down the road and see this truck in the back of you. It really is a nice setup, and it really is an aggressive look that gives you just a really cool, badass looking truck. I mean, and that's the thing. You're spending a lot of money for this, so you can only hope in the end that you get that badass look. And of course, it has Allison transmission in it, Duramax motor. You can't go wrong. These are so true and tried engines that have been around so long. And for me, I've never opened up this hood, so I have no idea how to open it. So I probably won't be able to accomplish that because I don't know what I'm doing. So forget that for the moment. It's a brand new truck, front new bumpers, and yeah, what a shame, right? The guy that makes a YouTube channel can't even figure out how to open the hood with one hand on his brand new truck. So if it broke down, how would I get it out or get it up? I just don't know. So that's really disappointing. Did the guy show me how to do it? Of course not. But that's called buying cars all the time. I like the sliding mirrors on this. These mirrors slide in and out. And this head does have the adaptive cruise control. Some people think it doesn't because it's the Bison package, but it really does. And now I'm just frustrated because I can't open the damn hood to show you that fracking engine. Yeah, so I got the hood finally open. Look at this big ass Duramax 6.6 motor, just incredible. It's just, you look at the 2 batteries. I mean, there's so much going on up here, but this thing's just a torque monster. Or is there 2 batteries? You know, it's interesting. This is very interesting because my Fords all have 2 batteries. Just so you know, I have been so separated from the GM product, because back in 2017, fall of 2017, I bought my first Ford Raptor truck, and it totally converted me to Ford. But I was really more of a Ram guy, really through all the 90s and 2000 years. And I had Chevys. I definitely had Chevys in the 90s, in the 80s, even the 70s, and even through the 2000 years, and even through up to like 2018 was the last time I owned a Chevy truck. I had a Chevy Silverado 1500 LT Z package, and I even did a YouTube video on me putting a nice catback exhaust system on it before I got my YouTube channel going. And it's just incredible on how I totally separated myself from the Chevrolet product and not really knowing the advantages and the pluses that this vehicle really does have over Ford. And the biggest thing that I really didn't focus on is this underpinnings of the front suspension, how it's an A-arm setup. It's an independent front suspension. Now, some out there may be like, what's the freaking big deal? Well, let me show you. When you go over here to this Ford F-250 that I have, and I've had a zillion of these things, the biggest complaint I have about Ford is the fact that it has a front solid axle. So if you look at this front suspension on this here, you're going to see a whole different setup. See this here? This doesn't have an A-arm. It has a coil spring, and then you have this big-ass solid axle underneath here on this Ford. And what goes with that personality is this truck walks. All the Fords that I have, it's very aggravating because they constantly walk like the Jeeps. The Jeeps have a front solid axle, the Wranglers, the Gladiator, and it's very challenging. The F450 up here, same thing. You go down the road, especially when you're towing or you have big ass tires like that truck I just showed you. And what goes on with that is it has its own personality of wanting to steer you down the road. You're constantly having to adjust the steering wheel because of that front, solid front axle. So it's a constant thing in your hand. You do this going down the road. The Chevrolet product, which I totally, really kind of separated myself from, it has a front independent suspension, much like your smaller half-ton trucks. So if you go over here to the Raptor, you're going to see this has an independent front suspension. It doesn't have that solid front axle, and that's why this truck is a very comfortable truck. But you go to the Ram truck in those heavy-duty series, then they kind of get that same type of thing going on because it has that solid front axle setup, but not like the Ram TRX. If you come over here and look, you'll see the Ram TRX, same thing. It has this independent front suspension. And it's such the road-hugging vehicle that absorbs the bumps, and it doesn't pull the steering wheel out of your hand like you do on these solid front axles. So we get over here to a 2015 Ram 2500 Mega Cab, and let's check out the front suspension. So see here, it's that big coil spring, and then it's that solid front axle that creates that problem. F450 over here, same thing. So for me, as I walk over here to close my front door to my house, there's my dogs got out. Sorry for all the distractions here. But for me, it's a huge learning lesson that I'm learning from going back to Chevrolet on how that vehicle is so much more confident going down the road, and it's so much more comfortable. And it's not the fatigue factor, because on all these Super Duty trucks that I've owned over the last really 7 years, 6-7 years, the constant challenge for me has been, and complaint has been, these trucks walk. And it's something for you to think about as a person going to buy a truck. You really need to step back and say, hey, I need to test drive a F-250 truck. Then I need to drive a Chevy or GMC heavy-duty truck to see the difference. It's a big difference on how these vehicles drive and handle. And it truly is a more confident driving vehicle, especially down back roads, where you're in these narrow roads and the roads are in perfection. And just like this Jeep right here, this Jeep, it's the same problem. It's this front coil system on a solid axle, and these things walk. They chime, whatever you want to call it. And so once again, what I'm trying to do this evening before I wrap everything up, I've had a very long day, and this is a lot of work for the Iceman buying yet another vehicle. And I'm crazy. But I have to tell you, with me being exposed to so many different brands, so many different models, I can honestly tell you, if I was the person if I could backtrack where I bought this F-250 Tremor truck, no, it's not even a Tremor truck. It's a Platinum. I traded in my Tremor truck. I shouldn't even done that. I regret that purchase. This truck is squirrely as all get out. That F-250, it's dangerous. It walks all over the road. It literally feels like it's going to put you in the ditch. I don't like it. If I could have traded this for a clean trade, swapped out for that Bison, I would have done a heartbeat. The downside is you pay $90 for it. Now it's probably worth $65 or $70. That's the story of the whole market at this time. So for me, once again, going to be out there shopping trucks. You really need to pay attention and go drive on a highway at 65, 70 miles an hour. You need to go down the back roads, and you really need to evaluate on how the Ford product heavy duty series is really much more challenging a vehicle to drive and handle going down the road. And I would, at this point in my life, somebody asked me what I'd buy, I'd say buy the Chevy. I'd say buy the GMC and the 2500 series just because of the way the front suspension's set up. Hey, I got plenty of projects. I go jump in the pool. I'm making tons of videos. It takes a lot of time. And if anybody's out there, please just subscribe to my channel and share the channel. I go through a lot of work and effort and money to share the craziness of who I am, what I do, and only hopefully it helps benefit you. So stay tuned for more adventures. And what am I doing next? You never know with Iceman.